Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nina, and in today's video I wanted to do just a regular old reading vlog. I've been doing more like themed reading videos, but I really just wanted to see what I wanted to read this week and film that for you guys. I have a little bit of a cold, which you can probably hear in my voice, and also it is a very cozy rainy day, so you can probably hear that in the background. I've noticed that I've just been reading a lot more slowly, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I am like 11 books behind my reading goal right now, so I wanted to see if this week I can finish some books or read maybe some shorter books so I can get back into the groove of like reading a little bit faster or more. So I'm currently listening to the audiobook of If Only I Had Told Her, which is the sequel to If He Had Been With Me, which I had also listened to an audiobook, and I really liked that book. So I was curious to see how much I liked this book, and it wasn't bad at all, but it wasn't as good as the first one. I think it added less to the story than I thought it would or that I hoped it would, and it was still enjoyable to listen to, but it didn't give me like the same feeling that the first book did. So like I said, I have like 30 minutes left, so I'm going to finish that audiobook today. I have hopefully a lot of time today to listen to an audiobook, so I thought it would be nice to start the 7-year slip because I have this book both physically and on audio, so I can start reading it physically now, and then later today, if I have time to read my audiobook, I can just like continue on audio. So I'm going to start this right now. At the end of this week, my boyfriend is taking me on a little trip, like a 3-day getaway, and I don't know where we're going, but he just told me that I need to bring my books and I need to bring my bathing suit. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but I am also going to take you along with me, and hopefully I will also have some time there to just like read and chill. I'm just also very excited about that. But first, I'm gonna finish my morning coffee, read this book, and then go to work. Alright, good morning. As you can probably see and or hear, my cold got even worse. I actually took a sick day from work today because I really don't feel well. I also cancelled my plans with my friends tonight, which is a little bit sad because we were gonna start the new Throne of Glass book and do like our book club, but obviously when I'm sick, I'm not gonna be able to do that. What I am able to do, however, is spend all day on the couch reading. I actually read about 100 pages in this book yesterday. I don't remember the last time I read 100 pages in a day, so this was really nice. It's exactly the book that I was looking for. It's like really fast-paced, lighthearted, but it has a good story. This book is about a girl who inherits an apartment from her aunt, and her aunt told her that it is a magical apartment and you can go, like there's like this weird connection with the past, and she didn't really believe it, but now she lives here, and there's this man from 7 years ago who is also living in this apartment, and he doesn't know that they're not in the same timeline, at least not yet. I am now at page 116. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this. I am going to continue reading this today. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I Had a very chill day yesterday. I took a bath, I took some naps, I read a bunch in my book. I feel a little bit better now. My nose is still very stuffy, but I do feel like I can slowly get some work done today and like try to get back to like normal life. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that on Wednesdays I have a freelance work day with Leora and Leonie, which is also today. I texted them yesterday being like, look, I am a little bit ill, but it is at my house. I have to get work done anyway, so you're very welcome to come over. But excuse me if I'm a little bit snotty. So they're coming over in a bit, but I wanted to give you a reading update because I have about 70 pages left. And I am enjoying this book way more than I thought because I just expected a like shitty romance that I would like but wasn't technically very good. But this book includes time travel in a really interesting way. Like I told you before, it's about this apartment that sends you 7 years back, but there's a past and present timeline going on and the two characters know each other in both timelines. But for Clementine, our main character, the past is happening now because of the weird time traveling thing, but for the other person, James, it was 7 years ago. So when they see each other in the present, sometimes Clementine saw him from 7 years ago, like the night before, but for him it was 7 years ago, and I think that concept is so interesting and it is so well done. So I'm enjoying this book a lot. I am very curious to see how it will end, and it deals with grief and losing family members and also working your whole life towards a certain path, and then once you get there kind of doubting if you actually do want that path, which is all very interesting and very well thought out. So the time travel thing is just kind of a side note, but it's still well thought out and explained enough. So yeah, I'm going to finish the last few pages hopefully today. I feel like a mom making dinner while my children are playing in the living room. It's okay. Like a loaf. Thursday night. I am about to go to sleep. I finished the 7-year slip yesterday and I ended up giving it 4.5 stars, which is so much higher than I thought I would give it. I was so invested in how the love story like concluded and how they wrapped it up, and it was so nicely done. Like I said, this book doesn't just talk about time travel or romance. It also really talks about like being at a certain point in life where you really worked towards something and then deciding whether or not you still want to do that, and the feeling of like, but I've spent so much time working towards this, so if I give it up now, then what is there? And I think that specifically was really beautifully done. So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. And then I started The Great Undoing. I wasn't really planning on reading this book right now, but I am going on a little weekend trip. I have this book on my e-reader, so that's just a lot easier to bring. So I figured that I would go for this one next. And I've already read like 70 pages. even though I had a super busy day. Like, I was at work today, and then when I got home, I still had to do more work, but somehow I still managed to read a bunch of pages in between my work. And I think what I really love about this book, specifically having it on e-reader and also having the e-reader app on my phone, is that these chapters are really short. So this book has like a lot of 2 to 3 page chapters, and whenever I'm like waiting for the elevator or just have like 2 to 5 minutes of in-between time, I would open my e-reader app on my phone and still read a few pages. And somehow that kind of added up to almost 70 pages today. Good morning, it is Friday today, and like I said yesterday, we are going on a little trip this weekend, which I'm really excited about because I don't know where we're going. My boyfriend gave this to me for my birthday, and he just told me a date and that we were going away. He did give away a few things yesterday and today, also in terms of packing, because obviously I had to know what I had to bring. It's like a 2-hour drive, I think, and I had to bring my bathing suit, so that's interesting. He did tell me that it was gonna be like a relaxing weekend, so I'm going to bring some books. I don't know how much time I will have to read. We're going by car, so it's not really a concern how many books I'm bringing. I'm obviously bringing this book that I started yesterday. I am reading this on my e-reader, so it's really easy to bring it on my e-reader. That's also really convenient for like reading in the car and stuff. So this is my current physical TBR, and I'm just trying to look at this and seeing like, okay, what do I want to bring? I think I definitely want to bring Bloom. This is a graphic novel that I have had on my TBR for a while. I borrowed this from the library and I have to bring it back very soon, so I think I'm gonna bring this because I can read this in like 2 hours probably, so I think that would be fun. And then maybe one more book just in case I either finish one of the books or I just feel like reading something else. I think this is a very mood reader thing where I'm like, I can't just bring a romance book because what if tomorrow I wake up and I don't feel like reading a romance. I recently bought this and I'm very intrigued by this story, so I think I might bring this. But I was also thinking maybe one of these, which is more non-fiction. I also have this book, which is like coming of age, more just like general fiction book. I think I might bring both of these just because I cannot choose, and I would rather bring them both and be able to choose one once I start reading it than now not bring it and kind of regret not bringing it. I know it's kind of insane to bring 4 books on a 3-day trip. I'm not expecting to finish any of these, but I just like to have the option. I'm about to find out where we are actually going, and we will find out together, hopefully. So I am very excited. We just arrived at the little house where we're staying. It's so cute. It's a tiny house in the middle of nowhere, and we are surrounded by nature, and the house has like a bunch of windows so you can look at the sky and at all the trees and the birds. There's chickens in the garden, and then we also have a hot tub, so it's like, this is incredible. It is a really rainy day, so we're hoping that maybe it gets dry later so we can barbecue, because we live like in the middle of the city, so we usually are not really able to barbecue. And there's a little super small green egg barbecue here in the garden, so we're gonna see if we're gonna be able to use that, and we're definitely gonna go in the hot tub later, even if it's still rainy, because obviously if it's warm and you're in the hot tub, it doesn't really matter if it's raining. But yeah, I'm so excited to spend like a whole weekend surrounded by nature. Our host just brought these eggs. They're from the chickens in the garden, but look how tiny they are. This is so cute. Oh my god. I'm fearing for my life out here. We just got to this forest like 5 seconds ago, and we had this like 1 hour walk planned to do, and it just started pouring rain, and we just looked at the weather forecast and it's only gonna get worse in the next hour, so we're just gonna go back. We are so soaked. That's what the word looks like. We are soaked, and the only thing we did is like walk 3 minutes back to the car from the moment that it started raining. So we are now going to go to a city and avoid the rain.